Man in motion, Joshua Palmer on 2nd down and 9. Play action pass now for Stick, who lost one over the defense. Intercepted! It's picked off by Mukwamu, who made the big hit a couple plays ago, and Stick turns it over midway through this first Chargers drive. On that last interception, it'll be Cooper Rush at the helm as the quarterback for this Dallas offense, and he swings it right to his running back, Rico Dowdle, who is back for the Cowboys to receive it. And Turpin will take this one out just in front of the goal line. Finds a crease. Turpin now with some space. Gets past Hopkins. Turpin is past midfield. He's got daylight in front of him. Can anybody track him down? No, they can't. Cavante Turpin, 98 yards to the house. As the first quarter starts to dwindle down, it'll be Stick under center again. Get it back to Kelly. He gets rid of one defender, but he runs into a crowd of white jerseys and loses 3.
Like the Cowboys can.
So Turpin got his chance to return one. Now it's going to be Malik Davis after Turpin took one the distance. And Davis has plenty of space to work. Davis will bust it to the outside and then finally gang tackled after a nice wrap-up job. The Haka dance, both at LSU back in 2019 during the national championship year and a couple years ago on Hard Knocks, as Rush will drop back, loft one over the middle, and he's got a man wide open. Great play by Rush and a nice catch by Jalen Tolbert for a big pickup of 19. And there's an area, as Dan mentioned earlier, there's an area where he can help this team as a pass rusher. Dowdle finds a little wiggle room and explodes into first down territory deep into the secondary, dragged down at the 13. When you're watching him, number 33 in blue, and he's trying to hone that skill as Dowdle will go up the gut. He was close. What's the call? It's a touchdown. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Enrico Dowdle, a man on that last drive. So let's see what the Cowboys do here. Fehoko is in motion. Rush, play action. Wide open Jake Ferguson. And put 2 more on the board for Dallas.
Top of the afternoon, y'all. I would hate to kick this show off on some bad news, but this is just breaking within 15 minutes, reporting on DallasCowboys.com. DaRon Bland to miss 6 to 8 weeks. That is right. I wish I had better news to kick it off with my girl Kelz with the Intelz today, but we were just in the back of the lab discussing this as it just broke. Man, I'm going to tell you, it's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Kelz, how we doing today? How you feeling about this DaRon Bland news?
Well, more just came in 2 minutes. The injury to Bland's left foot is to the 5th minstrel. DeMarcus Lawrence, he missed 10 games. James Washington and Dez Bryant, who missed 6 games from having needing to have similar surgeries to what DaRon Bland has suffered. So
yeah, just to give a little insight here on DallasCowboys.com, I'll place this link in the comments. I'm sorry, Kel, go ahead.
No, I just said prayers up to him and speedy recovery.
That link is in the comments, so if you want to check that out now. It says the Cowboys announced this statement. DaRon Bland experienced foot discomfort on Wednesday. That's of this week during training camp in Oxnard. Subsequent imaging revealed a stress fracture in his foot. He will undergo surgery to repair the injury and is currently projected to be out 6 to 8 weeks. However, without Bland, the Cowboys will have a big void at cornerback, especially considering Trayvon Diggs is returning from an ACL injury that forced him to miss most of last season. Right. Well, I'll just tell you this. Thank God we got Kalen Carson, man, because I'm going to tell you what, we got some dogs back in the secondary, and it's next man up. It's terrible news as we kick off this final preseason game for the 2024 season as the Chargers are visiting the Dallas Cowboys at AT&T Stadium. I'm BG. That's my girl Kelz. She got the Intelz. Welcome everybody to the show. I hate to kick off a show with bad news, but it's kind of related. You know what I mean? It's kind of how we got to deal with things as Cowboy fans,
Yeah, and let's put it like this. With this new news that just came in with Deron Bland. Now my notes and stuff has to change a little bit because
I know, right? Game plan is changing. Got to make adjustments, Dan Quinn.
Yeah, because now I guess we can start it off like this. So it's going to be jumping back and forth because, like I said, this is exclusive. I do have some intel to what the 53-man roster look like. If you are on OAT, if you saw my iPad, it said the Cowboys 2024 53-man roster shaping up so far.
Yeah, I seen that post. You had all your little notes out there, all your Cowboy stuff. I said, look at Carol got a table set.
Yeah, and I blocked it off so you won't see it, so we can discuss it. Right now, our starting corners were supposed to be Diggs and Bland on the outside, J. Lou in the slot. So now with this new Deron Bland news, Booth, this gives the opportunity for Andrew Booth. I'm not so concerned about Kalen Carson from some of the highlights that I were able to see. He picked off Dak a couple of times during training camp. Josh,
got Eric Scott Jr. I got the defensive 53-man roster thing up here, or the depth chart up, actually, of the Dallas Cowboys currently right now. I know you're going through your notes, Kelly, so for everybody tapping in.
Yeah, as you can see, because everything has changed.
Yeah, changing, like real time.
Yeah, this is a real time show.
Yeah, Deron, according to what the Cowboys got, is Deron Bland, Kalen Carson, Josh Butler, CJ Goodwin, and then Trayvon Diggs, Eric Scott Jr., and then NCB is Jordan Lewis, Keemon Hall, who caught that pick 6 against the Raiders, and then Josh DeBerry, which I've seen his name a few times too as well. So I'm glad we got some depth there. Thank goodness. My goodness.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Put that back up again.
What was you looking at?
Okay, so this gives Kalen Carson, Scott Jr., Butler. Hey.
Yeah, I don't even see Booth. Well, I mean, Booth is trying to make the squad, so I guess this increases Booth's chance, especially after last game. What's your thoughts on him?
Oh, Booth is good. Booth, hey.
Yeah, I mean, he had a good showing last game. I didn't know who Phone Booth was till last game, and all of a sudden I'm like, we got to find a nickname for this guy because he's making plays.
Yeah. So, praise up to
prayers up to Deron Bland. My goodness, Modesto, California. Modesto, California in the house. Y'all know Fresno State Bulldogs, I believe. I don't watch college football, but I know somebody in the Valley out there. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yes, prayers up to Deron Bland as we kick it off. It's Kelz with the Intelz here. It's the pregame show. Breaking news, changing the game plan. We are making adjustments as according to Dallas Cowboys to open up against the Chargers here in about 50 minutes. Yeah, I guess we'll get a chance to see who's going to, get some extra reps today, especially in this secondary now that we've had Deron Bland go down. They've got to take a harder look at maybe some of these guys, maybe going a little deeper in terms of the cornerback units.
All right, something just dropped in. Of course, I cannot think of his name, but the Cowboys team surgeon and doctor will be performing it. And it looks like if the injury to surgery is not as bad, then his recoup time, he can miss up to 4 games, which means he'll probably be ready to go by October 6th for the Pittsburgh game. Yeah,
I know we were talking maybe about a bye week. We got important games coming up after the bye week, especially got San Fran and then ATL back-to-back. And who knows, a ton of things could happen between now and then. I was just like, man, what happened with Deron? I mean, he got hurt today, like in warm-ups. Like I'm thinking like I'm having Trayvon Diggs PTSD. Like we talking about practice, like what happened? But then, you got the report from the Cowboys that come out. They says it was earlier this week. He had that stress fracture going on, so they had to take a look at it. And now they're, good thing we got on top of it early. I mean, I guess if it's early. You said about what? Week 6, you said Pittsburgh game?
October 6th.
Oh, October 6th.
So that's his earliest return.
All right. Well, welcome everybody to the show. With that being said, Kelz, what are we looking at in terms of the 53-man roster today? Like, what are some of the position groups? What are some of the things in your notes that you have that we should be paying attention to today? Obviously, other than the secondary.
Okay. So if you were able to tune in to either, I mentioned it during the the post game show, because it was 1 o'clock in the morning my time.
Yeah, it was
I
late.
guess, yeah, it was late.
You had your
So
jammies on and everything, your cowboy
yeah,
jammies.
I had my Cowboys PJs on and my bonnet, because as soon as I got finished with that show, it was night.
Yeah, no. Kudos to you for sticking that out, though. Y'all should like this video. I mean, Kel's on the
I'm
East
a
Coast,
real
your boy
one.
on the West Coast. Yeah, we was tapping in, man. No matter win, lose, or tie, baby.
Yeah. So, I did mention, it was on the post game show, that this game will be serving as a dress rehearsal. So this game will be a dress rehearsal, but it will be different. If you could drop that picture
Yes, sir.
with the coach.
This guy right here, Scott Tolzien.
Yes. QB1 will not be the play caller. Why?
Oh, what?
Why?
I thought they've been reporting that he was gonna be on the headset.
He will be on the headset.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see.
So
So here's the
why?
brains behind the headset.
Yeah. So
Okay.
why QB1 will not be calling plays for this game? The QB room is already solidified, and no one is performing for a QB spot elsewhere. Who will be the QB2 or 3 is still TBD.
Ooh, and here I was thinking it was going to be an inside job today. I thought it was interesting that Dak was going to be on the headsets, maybe calling the plays, but now reports from Kelz with the Intelz, it's quarterback coach Scott Tolzien on the X's and O's, right?
Yep, he will be calling today's plays against the Chargers.
Well, that's good to know, because I was thinking, I know all my Lance lovers have been walking around since, he got us a win in Las Vegas, rightfully so, all week on the job, in your cubicles, you know what I mean, in your little text groups, y'all still hating on Dak, but you big up in your guy Lance, I know it. I was curious today what Dak going to be on the headphones, like, especially if maybe Trey doesn't have a good game, because everybody was, and us here included, we're talking about the play calling on the first preseason game, but now here we're coming in, and I'm glad that you provided that insight for us here today, because I was questioning, like, it's going to get interesting, because if Trey has a bad day and there's some bad play calling, I know my Lance lovers will be coming for our guy, Dak Prescott.
Exactly, but I'm not going to let that happen.
No. I think the Cowboys figured that much out too, so kudos on the Cowboys on pushing the rock over to Scott Tolzien to make the calls.
Right, and if you could pull that roster back up. The LBs will be fighting for depth positions. So you're going to be seeing a lot of our LBs that are trying to fit on the 53-man roster. They will be fighting for a position, which means it will be Leofile, Overshown, yes, definitely Overshown, Kendricks. Those are 3 of the top ones.
Man, those some dogs right there, though. I think they all 3 make it. I hope they all 3 make it. I don't know how many linebackers can we carry on a 53-man roster. I mean, can we just keep all of them? Because we need to stop the run this year.
Well, see, so this is going to be the thing. Bones is going to be the deciding factor, because I already know in that war room, Al Harris is going to be fighting for some people with Mike McCarthy, more so Zimmer, because Al Harris, he came with Mike McCarthy. So it's going to be more so of a pull tug war with Al Harris and McCarthy, because Al Harris gonna be like, yo, I need this dude. But then Bones Fossil, he can also be the deciding factor, because he can also hide some of those dogs that we have onto special teams.
Got you. I'm following. I'm tracking.
This and they will be carrying 5 to 6 receivers on this roster for being active. So that means it would be Cooks, Turbin, Jalen Tolbert, and assuming CD Lamb. If you can remember on one of the lives, I said if you can be on the lookout within 3 weeks, and that I think that was before preseason week 1 started, to be on the lookout with things pertaining to CD Lamb. There have been 3 contract offers.
Woo. 3
on that was given to him, and all of them were rejected.
What? I mean, that's because CD's Lamb Torrey Dandy was at the Olympics, I heard, because he wasn't getting no email signal over there or something. I don't know. No, three deals? Wow, I've been hearing about 1.
No, it was 3.
I just want to know what's up with Pretty Ricky 213 that said that if he don't get a certain number, he's gonna request a trade. At least I ain't seen no request for trades on CD yet. We've seen some reports.
The last one to receive a contract? I think it was Jefferson, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and I mean, because if this Jamar Chase deal gets done, that's going to drive it up even more. And I think that's CD's going to continue to hold out, if you ask me, because I'll be waiting too. I'll be like, let Jamar get paid, so I can get paid after that.
So CD Lamb, he's in the market right now, and he granted he's still under contract because they exercised his 5th year option. It would have been different if Jerry would have said, I'm not going to, but that would have been done during CD Lamb's 3rd year. So this past year he would definitely have been out of contract, and they had to work something out, which could have been they could have got his contract done in his 4th year, because he would have reset it. And what we're seeing now with wide receivers and how much money they will make, they still would have gotten paid. But now that Jerry and the rest of the front office did not do that contract sooner, now that Jefferson, I think Tyreek Hill, if I'm not mistaken, got a contract as well. So since they reset the market, they have to go at least $2 to $3 million more. I don't know how they're going to do it, but
Pretty Ricky 213, you got some splaining to do. But at another news today, it is 8/24. Shout out to my guy Mike Rock, Cowboys Lakers fan. While my Cowboys Lakers fan, today is Mamba Day. He out there getting some more tattoos, man. I see you out there, baby. Shout out to all the Cowboy fans out there. It is 8/24 day today, as we were breaking some news here and giving you some updates. Man, I can't believe CD Lamb got 3 contract offers and ain't requested a trade yet.
Well, Jerry ain't going because the thing is he wants to be on that team. He wants to be with the Cowboys. It would have been different if and plus who's the wide receiver coach? Prince. He's also
sounds familiar,
yeah, he's really he really want CD back. The wide receiver spot, this is where it's at now. RB1, Zeke. RB2, Rico. RB3, Deuce. RB4, Royce.
Ooh, yeah, because right now upon the Dallas Cowboys depth chart, they got Zeke, Rico, Royce, and then 4th team, you got Malik, Deuce, Hunter, Snoop, Connor, and Nathaniel Peake. Now, I don't know if you told me this or if I read this somewhere else. I heard there was reports saying that they would not cut Hunter Lipke. That he is going to make the team.
Yep.
Ooh, that just helped my stock rise right there. Appreciate it, whoever that report came from. I was happy to read that. I mean, I predicted them to make it as the fullback, RB4 on this squad anyway, along with Deuce, Malik, and Zeke. But yeah, Rico been trying to creep up. So I'm going to be looking at that during this game, especially is the running back units, to see who's going to get to run the damn ball today.
Yep. McCarthy said that he's definitely not going to cut Lemke. So it looks like we're going to have a fullback on this roster.
I ain't mad. He built about the same, almost same size as Ezekiel Elliott. Shout out to Robert. I see you tapping in. Says looking to go into Fantasy Football League. If you got a top fan badge, if you're a top fan and on BDG, scroll to the top. There's a pin post there. All you got to do is comment your team name, and you'll be in. First 8 to get in there. It's me and my son Bryce. So go up there, comment on that post. You have to have a top fan badge. If you don't, sorry. Wah, wah, wah.
So I'm making sure no other.
What up, twin? I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah. And in other news, in case y'all didn't hear, did y'all hear about the fire that was at training camp? Y'all know training camp is done in Oxnard. All the Cowboys have packed up. They've transitioned back to the Star Frisco. We're getting ready to see open training camp this week. Is free to attend on the 27th and the 28th. That's Tuesday and Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. That's right. So if you're in the local DFW area, go to Frisco, check them out. But yeah, did y'all hear about that fire that was brewing out there at training camp? Well, I got to the bottom of it, man. That was the same day Jerry broke the news that Trey was going to make the roster, man. It's like, I feel you, Cooper, because today, Dak on the headset, I was almost certain today was going to be an inside job with our guy Dak on the headset. But Kelly dispelled that by sharing with us that Scott Tosian, the quarterback's coach, will be calling the plays, although Dak will have the headset on.
Yep. And even though Deuce will more than likely be on the 53-man roster, he's still considered a roster bubble player, along with Kamon Hall, Julius Wood, and some other ones that we have named, including Cropper. So it's going to be a big day for them. Now, here is the battle. Like what? So we do have a battle.
Drum roll, please.
Last week, who was it? That I said was the battle.
I can't remember right off top. I guess we'll have to keep better notes.
Yeah, I think I got rid of it. Anyway, so the battle for last week
Gabriel.
Was with, I know it was on defense, but anyway, this is this week's battle.
Yeah, we were looking at the secondaries because we were talking about phone booth. We were talking about those guys that were coming up. I think it was the cornerback unit. Coincidentally,
no, it wasn't the.
For some reason, I remember us talking about them. But anyway, okay.
Yeah. So the battle for today will be the center between Cooper Beebe and Brock Hoffman.
Well, Brock's still competing? I thought Cooper had the advantage here as of late. I remember I seen a highlight from Cooper against the Vegas Raiders. Did you see that? He took on the first block, a linebacker came through, he pushed him off and then got to him too. I'm talking Cooper Beebe. I better see Beebe. My Beebe better be dirting some dudes today. If you want your Beebe to dirt a dude today, do me a favor, like this video and share this video right now. Cooper Beebe is known to dirt a dude or two.
Yep. And if you were not aware, the Cowboys did sign defensive tackle Linval Joseph to reunite
More beef
with to reunite with Mike Zimmer. And he was signed to a 1-year deal worth $2.5 million.
Yeah, I'm with you. And you know, this is natural. This is what I call hindsight view, looking in the rearview mirror. You know, for everybody that says, well, this is why we should have signed Gilmore. Well, did you take a look at who we really been signing this offseason? I mean, yeah, it's after the fact. It's always easy to say after the fact, yeah, we should have signed. This is why we should have signed Gilmore. I mean, we didn't know. I mean, Trayvon Diggs got injured in practice, dog. We talking about practice last year. But we've got some depth. And I mean, Kalen Carson, after we've gone through some of this roster, yeah.
This just in, Trey Lance will be playing all 4 quarters against the Chargers.
It's an inside job. I think that. How many touchdowns does Trey Lance go for today? That's all I want to know. How many touchdowns does Trey Lance go for today? Can Dak get a repeat dub? He's on the headset, but he's not calling the plays. I don't even understand. Why are they doing that then? Why would Dak be on the headset? Are they just, Dak knows the offense. I mean, am I missing something here? Why would Dak continue to be on the headset if Tosian quarterback coach is calling the plays?
Well, it's just a couple of times when, let's say when Romo was out for numerous amount of weeks, he had a headset on, even though we had, what's that, the OC that Jason Garrett didn't get along with.
The defensive coordinator or the offensive
No,
coordinator?
the offensive coordinator.
Talking about Linehan?
No, it was the one before Linehan. He's the one that gave us that 2014 season or the 2016 season.
I don't know. I can't. He must not have been relevant. I can't remember.
Watch this. The name is going when I'm.
It'll come to you after the show, and we'll talk about it on the post game show.
It was
Bill Callahan. There's Jay Nichols. Good job, Jay. Way to be swift on your feet, Jay. Green badge in the building. That's gym rat behavior right there. That's what I'm talking about, Jay.
Yeah. So when we had Callahan and Romo was out for numerous of weeks, he had a headset on, but Callahan was calling plays.
I mean, I don't know. I just find it. I mean, when Dak had the headset on with Will Greer, he called the plays, right? We didn't hear
He called the plays because he had.
I call it
the Waffle House menu.
Yeah.
He had the Waffle House.
I just don't understand. Is anybody tapping in here today? Why would Dak Prescott wear the headphones tonight? Why would he wear the headset tonight? Although quarterback coach Scott Tolzien, according to Kelz here on Intel report, is going to be calling the plays. Why does Dak need the headset on? I would understand if it's a new coordinator, maybe new offense, trying to learn terminology, communication. But I mean, Dak threw 36 touchdowns under this offense last season. Why he got the headset on? Y'all let me know in the comments. Yeah, Jay said he got you, girl.
Thank you.
Yeah. Y'all get my girl right now. That's a fact. Y'all get my girl Kelz with the Intelz here, breaking that down. I don't think anybody else knew that anywhere else. And if you did, just comment their name below. I need y'all to share this video, baby. We're going to be growing this season.
Because let me tell you, I be having they the faces. I'm like, baby, what is the name? What is the name?
I know. I feel you, man. And the older you get, it don't get no better. You know, sometimes I get up and I walk into the room and forget what I went into the room for. I know somebody out there can relate.
Hold on, I'm trying to see if anything else coming in because my text messages are hold on.
Yep, and if you're just tapping in late and didn't know, that's right. Breaking news: DaRon Bland out 6 to 8 weeks. Yep. So it's gonna be next man up. I'll be looking at the running back units. Y'all tap in and look at the quarterback units. Y'all know we're going to report by quarter. So after the first quarter, I'll ask, what did you see on the timeline, especially for different groups? Shout out to everybody over there on YouTube tapping in with us today. Shout out to all the professionals on LinkedIn. Tip my hat to you over there. By quarter, first quarter and third quarter, we'll report what did you see. I'll tap in at halftime live. We'll talk about what did y'all see. Want some engagement here with everybody tapping in as we've got the final preseason game with the Chargers kicking off today. And I just hope Dak can get us a repeat. I thought Dak was going to get us a repeat because he was going to be on the headset. But Kelz with the Intel,
and
Scott Tolzien.
And here's some insight as well as far as because everything is like this whole game is in real time. So basically the notes and everything that I've been taking from last night until it was time for this show, it's all blown out the water now.
Yeah.
Not all of it, but let's just say 50% because of with this news with DaRon Bland. I just want everyone to breathe real quick and let's level set.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people say, the not getting Gilmore.
Yeah, we should have signed Gilmore. He told you we should have signed Gilmore. I told you.
And it's probably leaving like a bad taste in people's mouths. I just want everyone to level set and breathe real quick and just think about
how much did they pay Gilly? Who Gilly signed with? The Vikings? Somebody who said we should have signed Gilly. Since y'all know so much, let me know how much did he sign for over there?
It was $10 million, $7 million.
Jerry not finna pay Gilmore no $10 million.
$10 million, $7 million guaranteed. But this is what a lot of people don't know because he is still recovering from that shoulder injury. So a lot of stuff is still based on his medicals with from the team doctors or whoever did his surgery. Because if I'm not mistaken, the same Cowboy surgeon is the one that.
Oh yeah, the Cowboys got their whole infrastructure, vertical. They got their doctors. They got everything.
Right. So everything is still contingent to his medical. So I'm really not feeling. To me, I'm really not feeling this thing because, God forbid, if anything were to happen to Gilly on a play with Minnesota, then that's still money being wasted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could have
Because we
re-signed
don't
Gilly for $10 million. Gilly could have got hurt. Then everybody said, see, that's why we shouldn't have signed Gilmore. I told you we should have signed Gilmore.
Right.
Shout out to my guy, Antonio. Next man up. We don't need Gilly. That's what I'm talking about, Antonio. I see you out there, my G.
So I'm really not
I'm just glad he's not out all season
time.
like Trayvon was. Like, he can come back by some important games. You know, we got the bye week, week 7. We got San Fran, week 8. That's National Tight Ends Day, the end of October. We got Atlanta first week of in November, right before the election. So, yeah, he'll be back, I think. And then I think there's been some more cryptic messaging from CeeDee Lamb on Instagram. I guess apparently he's just waiting on that phone call, I guess, after these 3 deals. Now that they have turned down, he's saying that maybe, I don't know, do we see a CeeDee Lamb getting signed Monday before the Cowboys are to kick off training camp in Frisco? What's your thoughts?
I wouldn't say right now. I'm going to tell you right now, they are planning for week 1. They are planning for week 1.
We're going to see a Michael Irvin 2.0. He's going to sign on Wednesday, show up on Sunday.
That is a piece of intel that I can give you. They are planning for week 1 with or without CeeDee Lamb. So that means Nicole, get your notes, get ready, because we definitely going to have a show.
Fantasy football heads, I guess pause for the calls on CeeDee Lamb.
We're going to have a show next week, so we may have to rearrange that wins loss that we did when the schedule dropped.
You heard it here first. Kelz with the Intelz. If you're liking what you're hearing, I know my guy out there says he likes what he hears. He said he just found the channel, man. Appreciate what y'all are doing out there. Where'd that comment go? He says, shout out to my guy Aaron, man. Appreciate you tapping in on Facebook. Says, just found your channel. Loving it. Keep up the great work. I appreciate that. Do me a favor, like this video and share it. Engage on this. I want to see you with a top van badge soon. But man, oh man, yeah, we got about 30 minutes, about 28 minutes before game time here at the biggest thing. Kelz was like, how should we kick off the show? And I was like, it'll take care of itself. And here we go.
Yeah.
Breaking news within 15 minutes.
Because I was like, so
me and Kelz was in the back of the lab before we go live. We were back there, exchanging notes. And then I was like, what's this? DaRon Bland injury on Twitter. I seen it on RJ Ochoa's Twitter pop feed first. He had to get more details. He didn't have the details. And then within 5 minutes, the Dallas Cowboys had broke it on their website and shared. But I'm just glad he's not out the whole season. It's going to be next man up. This should give our young guys some more opportunities, especially Caden Carson. I like how he's been playing. He had a great camp. He's a little guy, but he got a lot of fire. He plays big.
Jerry Jones just did a statement. He said, according to the injury of DaRon Bland, we liked a lot what we saw from the people that will replace him. We'll see him again after 4 to 5 weeks into the season. And he is pushing for Caden Carson. He earned that pick and then some even before the injury to Bland.
Yeah, like I said, I was there at camp. I seen him with my own eyes. He actually likes In-N-Out and not Whataburger, so I know my guy Jersey Mike is happy about that. I mean, what's the irony? My guy Jersey Mike, aka Jersey Mike, likes In-N-Out. I hear you. But yeah, Caden Carson's a big In-N-Out fan, and I think he's gonna be he's gonna make a name for himself because he was out there in camp. So I'm not worried. I'm just glad DaRon is not out the whole season like Trayvon Diggs was, because that really hurt. Not only was Trayvon injured in practice, dog, like we talking AI practice, we talking practice. Yeah, Trayvon was injured in practice and out the whole season. That really hurt. And so when the DaRon Bland news broke and we were in the back here, I was like, man, I'm getting PTSD from Trayvon Diggs all over it. I'm like, he just got hurt today. All of a sudden, it was a freak accident, but we learned it was a stretch fracture. They looked at it, did some imaging, and determined he's got to have that foot surgery. So he'll be out 6 to 8 weeks. I'm just glad that he'll be back. Yeah. So like my girl Kelz said, keep your head up.
Right. And, like I said, prayers out to him. And I know for the post game, it's definitely we're going to dedicate a lot of time to what we saw in the game and how it will reshape the 53-man roster. But I do have our uniform schedule. If you want to get a piece of paper.
Just real quick before you do that, shout out to my guy Tomas, the Charger fan here tapping in today. Jim Rat of the month of February says, go easy on my team out there. He said that elevator incident was enough. Oh, that's funny you say that. We got this here. I know Kelz sent me a text yesterday.
It's not going. We're going to go easy because this is not like a real game. This is everybody is applying for a job. This is the third and final of the interview process.
Yeah, Tomas. Here's a report right here. What's going on with your team out there in Dallas at the team hotel? They said approximately 7:30 on Friday last night. Several players and members of the Chargers traveling party were stranded in an inoperable elevator at the team hotel. Dallas Fire Rescue responded to the incident and subsequently assisted everyone from the elevator one by one through its ceiling panel.
Yeah, I'm
into
just glad
an adjacent elevator.
Yeah, I'm just glad nobody was injured. So
same.
So that's good. That everybody made it out safe. So we do have the 2024 uniform schedule. So if you want to write it down,
let's wrap this up on the schedule. We got about 25 minutes to game time, baby. I'm excited.
I can read this real fast.
Let's go. Uniforms.
Weeks 1 through 3 is white. Week 4, color rush. Week 5, white. Week 6, navy with the white pants. This is the color combo that Des Bryant came up with. So it's the navy jersey with the color rush pants.
Shout out to Des, baby. You know we on our 88 behavior.
Week 8 through 9, white. Week 10 against Philly is the white with red stripe. That is the salute to service game.
That's at home or that's a home game or away game? Which one is that? You know right offhand? No.
That is home.
Okay.
Week 11 through 12, white. Week 13, Thanksgiving, throwback. Week 14, color rush. Week 15, navy. Week 16 through 17, white. Week 18 is the color combo, navy, white, color rush pants.
Do me a favor. Could you be so kind to share that in OAT for all of our members in there? Shout out to everybody, all the Cowboy fans, over 20,000 Cowboy fans in OAT. I think they would like to see that. I appreciate you sharing that with us here today. So yeah, I'm looking forward. Which colors they got on week 8 and week 9 again? That's the San Fran and Atlanta game. That's
white.
Whites. Okay. All right, good to know. Well, we appreciate everybody tapping in here today. This is the pregame show with your boy BG and Kelz with the Intelz. We had all kind of things happening. We had DaRon Bland injury breaking here. We had Kelz share with us that even though Dak is going to have the headset on today, that quarterback coach Scott Tolzien will be calling the plays ultimately. Because y'all know me coming in, I thought it was going to be an inside job. I was wondering if, Trey couldn't get a dub from Dak today. Would we be hearing it from the Trey Lance lovers that Dak sabotaged the game with the play calling? But that won't be the fact. We got quarterback coach Scott Tolzien on the plays here today. So I'm looking forward. I'm looking at the running back units. I know you're going to look at the focus of what you're going to be looking at. I'm excited to get back here together with you after the show, after the game, to talk about that and share notes.
I look at both sides of the ball, all positions.
Yep. So y'all make sure and turn on your notifications. Y'all make sure and come back. And if you want to get in and help support the content, do me a favor. You see that down there below? I got Mel Renfro.
Yeah, you're welcome, Jay.
Got Mel Renfro. I got Bob Lilly hanging up with me here in the back of the lab. So you see the payment options there. We still got 4 spots on the Mel Renfro raffle. If you're in OAT, you can go to the featured posts. They're right there. Make sure you comment on the post if you want to get in. But there's the payment options going to OAT. I got Bob Lilly hanging up here with me today too. And then I got Drew Pearson coming up next Friday. So let's get in there. Let's close out those raffles. I'll see you guys and ladies at the halftime tap in.
If you have time, drop your score in on what you think we're going to do. Your score, your prediction.
Kelz wants score predictions. So throw your score predictions up in there. I just hope we get a win. I'm not so concerned now because I thought Dak would be calling the plays and I was ready for the Lance lovers to jump on my guy. But we'll see how it turns out. But y'all support the channel. It's been Kelz. It's been BG. It's been the pregame show. We'll see y'all on the post-game show after our final preseason game.